Guys, welcome to Inside Traders. I wanted to shake things up with our episode today and do a little live charting because there's some interesting action happening. And I want to just explain kind of how I look at these charts and try to at least get better at figuring out what's going to happen, even if I don't always act on it properly. One of my biggest takeaways with investing or trading or whatever you want to call it so far, and this goes with life as well, is it's a lot easier to know the right thing to do than to actually do it. So look at this action. This is so interesting. This is why I turned on the stream. So right here we have the 20-day moving average and the 9-day moving average about to cross over, which is a bullish signal, which is why you see these green volume bars coming in. The RSI is like in the mid. And then these sellers, they don't want that to happen. They don't want that to cross over. So anytime this crossover happens, the buyers are going to try to push up. The sellers are going to try to push down. It's so interesting. I don't care which side wins. I just think it's cool. And what's so cool about it is you can profit from both sides. So let's see what the smart money's doing. Let's go to Tesla. They're calling up Apple today for sure. So looks like, are they calling Tesla? What time is it? 9:30 a.m. 3:10 p.m. Okay, so it looks like there's mixed. It's mixed. So yeah, let's get back to the chart and see. Oh, sellers. Okay, so the crossover happened. Now, what that means, in my opinion, is that the algorithms get triggered from sell to buy. And this is happening like all the time, right? So up here, we're bullish, then we trend bearish. Now we're in a bull trend, but these are 5-minute intervals. We can probably look at a longer period to get a better idea. So we have been in a bear trend on the 5-minute for this whole time, and we're still not crossed over on the 5-minute. We're still under. So the sellers on the 5-minute are still in control. Let's see on the hour. It looks like we crossed bullish. Wait, which one is which? Yeah, bullish. And then we just crossed bearish on the hourly. And then let's go to the day. And we crossed bullish on the day. Interesting. Would not have expected that because the price went down today quite a bit. Now, wait, which day is this? Each candle should be a day, right? Yeah. We must be okay. So this is accounting from 238. So this actually looks like a pretty good level on the day where I would probably get scared if we crossed below 238 on Tesla. Then I would probably invert my position to negative delta. But right now I'm still pretty bullish. Like even look at these days. The close here, 242.01, not the close, but the low. 242.01 and then 243.27. And I don't think we got much below 243 today. I mean, it's still happening, right? We could still do that. Oh no, 247? Shit. Where's 243? Okay, so we never even got close. Wow. So yeah, maybe we are still in a bull trend on the day, but it doesn't really matter because where you place your trade is everything. So yeah, the buyers currently have control at the 1-minute. Let's see at the 5-minute. They're almost actually getting control at the 5-minute. And so look at how clear. Oh, wow, look at this. We got some freaking buying pressure. This is what's cool. This is my ultimate dream that I wanted to do here live would have been to maybe, like the idea is it would be fun to be able to play this and trade where like a bunch of people in the chat are like, buy, 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 buy. Or people are like, no, no, sell, sell, and then depending on the actual outcome of, I got this feedback coming in, of the people in the app, in the app, in the chat, depending, like that's where the trading consensus would come from. And then I build an entire portfolio, and literally all of us run it from the chat. And like we'll just start with like, I don't know, 10 grand, and maybe like, yeah, let's start with some money. And then we can, like, as a group or whatever, figure out what to buy, what to sell, and have it be a total consensus. Like, even if I disagree, I'll still do it, just because it would be part of the game or whatever. And I, could have my own portfolios. So let's go back to the 5 minute. Oh shit, we just crossed bullish on the 5 minute. Hell yeah. Celebrate that. Something to celebrate. Oh wait, not that one, this one. I like being able to disappear as I need to for different reasons. Yeah. This is a crazy fucking world. I'm not too worried about being like super duper entertaining these days. Like if you're on this show, it's because you see what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to share. And those people will be patient and accommodating. Everyone else can go fucking leave or whatever, for real. But before you leave, just like and subscribe and share it with a friend. Okay, back to the chart. So now the sellers are going to get pissed about this. We got to zoom in to see it. See this little bump? This is going to trigger some algos. And the thing is, all this stuff happens at time periods. So I have a little bit of a lisp right now because I have a new retainer, if you must know. I think it's important that I share those personal details with the internet. So yeah, like let's look at this line. If this line grows much above, then I think we might end the day a little bit higher than I would have otherwise expected. But we are in the last hour of trading, which is always kind of exciting. Nothing happens in the middle. It's all at the beginning and the end, and a little bit in the middle, a little bit now and again. Oh, right here. This is like my nth coffee of the day, but I put in heavy cream, so it's more like ice cream. I'm more like drinking ice cream. Boom, look at the sellers go. They're so close to getting this back under. Let's look at the 1 minute. So this is like live action, man. So they want to pierce below, what are we? Are we 240? Okay, so now that they broke this line, they probably can go a little bit lower and try to break this line. Nah, that's not that good of a line. Let's see. I don't know, something like that. Oh, I guess that's 47.50. Oh, the buyers are coming in. So it really just depends on if there's who's buying and selling. Like on that day for that time period, where are there more active market participants? And there's a lot of good reasons to be a seller, not least if you get a bunch of sellers together and you're doing a pump and dump, like now you're really going to make some money. And who pays for it? Retail. It's great. What a good scam. Now, what I would be afraid of, because I know that stuff does happen, but like, don't you have to think that there's going to be a log of it somewhere, right? A log of it somewhere. Like, you're not going to be able to get rid of every single log, even if you try real hard. And don't you think that when we build these AI bots that can consume petabytes of data, like we couldn't come up with a better, it had to be petabyte, like, damn. But exabytes of data, let's say, then it will, what is after, let's ask GDT. Hey, GDT. Gigabyte, he'll know what I mean from that. So it is petabytes, exabytes, zettabytes, yottabytes, and brontobytes. Wow. Never heard of brontobytes. Definitely heard of yottabytes. Cool. So this AI is going to be like digesting yottabytes of data they're going to see in the logs. And if we see collusion in the logs, aren't we just going to like take everything you have and throw you in jail? Like if we can prove it through the logs, how are you going to get all of the data? This is my same question to the politicians that are funneling, basically profiteering off the war in Ukraine. Don't you think we're going to have a log of that? Like, I wouldn't mind if I was like a warmonger or a politician and I want to get my speaking fee. Like, of course, I'm going to be hooking up my military bros with the contract, and then I'm going to get my speaking fee however I get it. But like, that's good. You could do that until like basically a couple of years ago, I feel. Like if you've been doing that in the last 5 years, or if you do it in the next 25 years, like, don't you think that we're going to build machines to catch you? I don't know. I'd be shitting my pants if I was doing anything that could be discovered by an artificial intelligence, which is probably a lot. Okay, sellers have control. At the minutely, what was that? Okay, so they pierced a new level. And then when the buyers see this, everything happens fractionally. So you can have it at the 1 minute, at the 5 minute, at the hour, at the day. But this is going to embolden the sellers, and it's going to make the buyers wonder how many buyers there really are. So now the sellers should make their strongest attempt, I feel. Because we're above 248 and they were able to get us down to 247.88. So, yep, here we go. Let's see what they got. Okay, that triggered. Let's see. So they have to get all the way down yet to like 47.50, I think, in order to reverse the trend. But look at this. They're actually getting, let's see the 5 minute line if we're actually still above. We're actually more above on the 5 minute. Weird. How can that be? That's must be just like how this stuff works, I guess. Aggregates, averages, maybe. Okay, that's constructive. So the thing is like every day, if we're in a bull trend, the sellers want to know how low they can go. And so if you can do things perfect, you can buy that low of the day, which it looks like today was around so far 46.68. Now these guys will end it lower. The sellers will end it lower if they can, but it really, a lot of this does seem algorithmic to me, in that, like, look at how clear these wicks are. Boom, 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 boom. So like people are going to be buying puts, or the sellers are going to be more active right at this level in the last couple minutes, because you can train an algorithm to operate at any level. And we have to assume that there's algorithms operating at every single time period, which is why I think we see such patterned logical trading. So yeah, for this show, I just thought it'd be fun to kind of like look at this battle happening between the sellers and the buyers. And like this was most bullish, like 5 minutes ago? How many candles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, maybe like 6, 7 minutes ago. But like this gap can open. I think if we actually get above this line, 248.2, which is just like gives us back to like right here. Oh, look at that. So this is a real line for today. So I think if we get above this line, then the next line is whatever here. Gotta zoom out a bit to see. It's so crazy how granular you can go. Oh yeah, look at that. That will be something. In each one of these little tests. So right now we're not above it, but I bet if we can close a candle above it, then we stay above it. And if not, is this an arbitrary line? What is this? Yeah, that seems like the current channel. So yeah, the sellers want to push and see if they can get below 247.8. And then if they do that, they're definitely going to be able to test this. And if they can break this, they're definitely going to test this. They're just always going to test the previous low of any kind of like section or phrase or period of time. It's like whatever this block is here, and however those blocks stack up. Okay, so buyers got some control. I don't know how you say that because it's different for every time period. But like we can see, like, wouldn't you call this, like, let's put in some horizontal lines, vertical lines. So wouldn't you say like, this is a channel? I mean, it's like you can draw your lines wherever you want. How do I get that again? You can draw lines wherever, but, there does seem to be like these segments, these vertical segments as well. Maybe like I said in the beginning, there's 3 main ones for the day: a beginning, a middle, and an end. Okay, look at that. The buyers are, so now they've closed. If they close this candle above this line, which I just made up, but like just to show you how I think this stuff works, now then I think the next candle will try to challenge this line. And if they get rejected, then they'll try to go back here. And if they're successful, then they'll try to go back here, so on and so forth. And you can just like draw these lines based off of like whatever you see, which is actually anything above this line seems like not gap filly or whatever, but you can see how the lines are like, the price is like getting, you know, like there's more room between each one. I see that happen pretty often. Where like you'll get a bunch of like price channels in consolidation, I think is what it is. And then as you diverge away from that consolidation, the price moves happen much faster. And we see that most exaggeratedly with gaps, which can occur to the up and down. You can gap at any time, which just means that for that interval, the open was significantly above the close and then never tested that previous close. So yeah, that's, I think, what gaps are. So this will be interesting if they can hold above this this line. That'll be interesting. What's really going to be interesting in about 3 minutes is when the 1:30 clock hits or whatever. Like there will be 30 minutes left, 30-minute warning for the markets. So everyone actually does kind of look at their positions. If they've done any, if they've added any positions, they'll consider them during this window. So that's what I'm going to do now while we're live and see what do I want to enter or exit. Nothing. Let's just keep going with what we got. It is so funny. It is so funny how this stuff works. But yeah, like the buyers need to know that there's other buyers. See, that's a problem. Look at that. Or not a problem, but like it's an opportunity. If you're a seller, you want to see this kind of stuff happen. And then kind of like we saw here, let's see where the buyers come in and see what happens. But what have we been doing lately? We've been in a little bit of a daily downtrend on Tesla for sure. Let's confirm that. Yeah, like it's lower for the week, although it did make its low on September 5th. What was that, Monday or Tuesday? It must have been Tuesday. Let's actually just go look at it. 5 days or 1 day. Boom. So that would be September. Wait, I want to be on this. 1 day. There we go. I wish there was like an easier way to like auto zoom to like what makes sense, like just do what would be normal. If you hit reset, it goes to this like, okay, well this time it worked. Okay, so 5th was Tuesday. So interesting. So we're lower on the week, but technically the low was made on Tuesday at 242. That does seem pretty bullish still. On the month, we're even actually, basically exactly even on the month. Wow. So yeah, anyway, that is kind of what I wanted to demonstrate is how this stuff works. Like reset. Yeah. How is this a reset? Like, what am I resetting to? Like, how do I get it to just be normal without like zooming it myself? Reset. Who would want that? Like, well, how is that the reset? Anyway, let's see what's going on at the 1 minute. Okay, so did we stay above that? Where did we leave off? Around here. Okay, so it looks like the buyers were able to, and now they're challenging this line. And it seems like they're at the upper end of the Bollinger Band. So the sellers are going to come in right in a second. We're going to see it. The second they get here, we're going to see a giant red bar. Or we're going to see a bunch of green bars up, but I think we'll see a red bar. This is a perfect sell. Look at this. The RSI is right here. We're getting to the top of this. I'm not going to because I'm not doing anything today, but let's see if they can. Boom. There's a little bit of a red bar. But now they should come in full force because they have the technicals on their side. The RSI, like, obviously, we're looking at the 1 minute. So this is pretty crazy. What we should be also looking at is the 5 minute. Much more bullish on the 5 minute. So on the 5 minute, we're still well above on our 9 period versus our 20 period. We're not to the top of the Bollinger Band. We're still midway, but we have had a lot of green volume bars, and so we should see some red bars soon. Just kind of how it works. I think maybe as we approach this line on the 5 minute chart, that is where we will see some higher volume selling coming in. And that is how the price is determined every day, is literally how many buyers versus how many sellers. And so you generally do, like I say, want to go with the trend, which is what? So that is funny. Well, we've been talking. How many buys came in for Tesla and sells is the question. So on the day, it is pretty bullish. Now let's take out the big indexes and see if it's still bullish. Yeah, about the same bullish. Do we have any like crazy premium? IWM. That's a lot of premium. Tesla, Nvidia. Those are what the market is interested in. Amazon, big tech getting called up, and I think Apple as well, actually. Pretty much. So let's see what's up with Tesla. Actually, what we can do is say filters, 15 minutes, done. Boom, Tesla puts coming in. Oh wait, that was earlier. Okay, so what level did they buy these puts? 248.13. So let's see where that is on the charts. 248.13. So those puts have lost money. Yeah, all those puts are underwater already. And those were like expiring today. So if they didn't sell these like within like 20 seconds or whatever, buying them, then all these trades are already underwater. That's interesting. Oh, you can filter by contract. That's good to know. So we have a buy coming in a few minutes ago, but not much action actually for being in the last 30 minutes. Okay, here it is. They're trying to, oh, we got to buy. We got to buy. Let's look at it. So they're trying to penetrate this line. That's what they want to do. And the sellers are like, no, not going to happen. But on the tape, it does still look bullish. Now this bearish is because I have a time filter on. The day is definitely bullish. So let's see what they can do if they can get boom, boom. What is that? Like $1? Yeah. And then it's always fun to see these or to be on the other side and have puts on one of these. Boom. Those are pretty cool. So yeah, it looks like for Tesla, the real low at the monthly level was like 212 right down here so far. And we can see we consolidated a bit around 215, and then boom, that whole $10 jump. That'd have been nice to have a couple of calls on. And then we've just been in this channel of like $10 or so. And then we have another big one, boom. And now we're in that other channel. And so if you take out all the chop, it still looks pretty bullish to me. But yeah, this week is lower for sure. So zoom in, see where we're at. Oh, we got some selling. See, you're not going to get this many green bars. Oh, you can't even see anything. Damn it. You're not going to get this many green bars without like stacking up a nice sell. And then maybe the sellers are biding their time, right? They're like holding back their ammo, waiting for the price to go up, 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 up. And that's when they go and they test how many buyers there really are, because maybe there was just upward price pressure, not because of buying pressure, but because of a lack of selling pressure. And boom, look at that candle, it pierced below. So we must be quite low on the 1 minute. Okay, so see what they're doing? They're challenging this line. So if they break this line, for sure we're gonna cross from bullish on this to bearish. But this is like every channel has to be tested from top to bottom a couple of times. It's a lot to pay attention to. But look at that. The sellers might take control. Well, yeah, I'll leave it up to everyone to see the end of the story themselves. But generally speaking, for the day, for the show, lots of flow going into big tech. Nothing that crazy. And just the same old, same old. K-View. What is K-View again? Not going to Google it. We got puts coming into Disney, but I think also a good amount of calls. And yeah, even though some big puts came in. And then on the overall day, what's getting called and put? So biggest call into 18 million. Holy shit. At 46.50. That was a good price. Where was that? Let's go look at that buy. And we can say goodbye on that. Oh, looks like the sellers have control. 46.50. Okay, that was right even. Was that the exact low? Look, I have the low marked here. 46.50. So that is below the low. So that's, I must have something wrong. What is that? Tesla 9. So that's at 10 a.m. Let's go find that and see if we can find that. 10 a.m. So that would be around here. Well, how did they get what the spot was on Tesla? 246.50. So at 10 a.m., how is that possible? That's not possible. So what are we misreading? Let's look a little closer. Boom. Is this today? Okay, this was yesterday. Shit. So let's look at today. I was on the wrong tab. I'm still on the wrong tab. Let me get to that tab. Is that this one? Okay, nice. So what was I looking at? Oh, premium for today. So that buy came in yesterday. That's how that happened. Let's see. IWM. Tesla. What's the spot? So yeah, yesterday that was a lot of premium. Wow. Nothing that crazy today, except at IWM. Damn. How much was the? Oh wow. Okay, so these are like must be deep in the money. Yeah. Boom. Interesting. Somebody really taking a position in IWM. It'd be cool to see the other side of these trades, you know, how they all work out. But we don't see that. Anything crazy? SPY coming in. Oh, wow. Doesn't this look like the same trade almost? Like it's like a giant spread trade. Because it can't be that. Can't be a coincidence. Interesting. See, I wish I had knew more about like what that actually is. Like, doesn't that look like some kind of spread trade? Because it's the same. It's coming in totally different times. 10 a.m. versus 2 p.m. Huh. So they called up SPY in the morning, expiring today, and now they're putting SPY for that same amount into close. So let's see SPY. Boom, just generally. So SPY was bullish today. Let's see. Where are we at with Tessie? Where are we at with Tesla? Oh, sellers are well in control. And so where did they push to? So they got us out of that upper channel and into 47.50-ish. And then let's see what the tape is doing. Boom. Oh, I'm already on the tape. That can't be right. Huh. Still calls, not a ton of puts. I would have expected to see more puts. Let's look at the SPY. Let's see what it did today. So Thursday, Friday. So we basically gap up and then gave it back, same as Tesla. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, whatever. So yeah, like that's the idea of looking at the charts and what you can see at different time periods, and what's going to happen next is anyone's guess. Nobody knows, but it does follow these patterns kind of where like, yeah, like if the bulls like this momentum crossed bearish, so now the momentum is with the sellers. At least at this chart. Then again, we can look at the 5-minute and see that they haven't actually crossed over yet, but that is like a good amount of selling pressure. And see how you see these like these kind of patterns, like where the candles, that's not exactly one, kind of like this is an example where like you just see these same size candles. I think that means something. I don't know what it means. But we'll figure it out. And when I figure it out, I'll tell you guys. So yeah, that's the show for the day. Tesla is a fun chart to watch because there's always action. And I just kind of wanted to demonstrate how this stuff works in my mind. Not saying that it's got so much predictive power that I would put any money on it. See, I'm actually bearish now, even though this kind of looks bullish. Like they'd really have to break above this because it's too close to close. And generally during close is where people put on hedges for the next day. Okay, so maybe we'll put on some hedges. See you guys.